Okay, I'm going to give this a few minutes for people to show up, and then I'm going to cover today's video. So um, today's July 23rd, 8:11 p.m. July 23rd, 2026. Okay, here's the initial start of the video today. Um, so far, I haven't been out here the same time every day to do my video. I try to get a little in every day. Now it's kind of cooled off out here. I got a little bit of time to spare, so I figure now's a good time to do this video. I am super excited right now because for a long time, I have wanted to start taking this porch down. Okay? I have one more thing I'm going to try to do up on top of the roof tomorrow morning. And that should lead me to being able to get on top of the roof and do what I want. I mean, to go ahead and totally start tearing into this front porch. But what I did today, the most important thing I did today is on top of that vent up there, you see that bucket up there? I put that bucket on top of that today without going on the roof. I backed my truck up over here to the side of the house, put my ladder on it, opened the ladder up, and stood up on the ladder next to the roof there. And I had this long pole right here. And what I did is I taped this in directly to the bottom of the bucket. The bucket was upside down, kind of like this right here. And then I taped it to where that was taped down on the bucket, right in the middle, over each side, and then at an angle crossways. And that held the bucket on it. And then what I did is I stuck the pole clear up there, and that's where I set it over top of that vent. Now I don't have to worry about any water going in that vent. This roof is so slick and so steep. I had a problem yesterday partially getting up there, but it was hot when I was up there too, so that made it even more dangerous for me. So this morning, or late this afternoon sometime, I put that bucket on top of it. It took me a few tries to get it there, but you had to kind of get it level on there. Then it's got a couple things sticking out of it. So once I got it on there, I had to hit down on top of it with that pole. But it's done. That done. Now all I got to do is go to the very top of the roof. At the very peak up here, there's like a 3 or 4 foot long section at the very top. And that cap that's on there, when I was up there, I saw the nails came out of the cap about that far. So tomorrow when I go up there, I'll probably get my nail apron, and then I'll wear it up there. I'll take my screw gun, a drill, and some screws, and a nut driver, and I'll go up there and put that on with nuts that have the rubber washers on it, and put that back down up there. And then that way, it'll be sealed down permanently again. But I was going to get up there tonight and do that, but what I'm going to be doing is taking this porch down. The house is like early 1900s. When I bought the house, the porch was already sinking in the front over here. And I knew a long time ago, four years ago, I knew it had to come down. But it's literally got me to the point where now I'm ready to finish this project up and get it taken down all the way. And then I got some repairs to do over top the door there that were from when they built the house. There's some holes in the wall behind the awning here, and part of it they never did paint. So when I get this down, I'll probably do the whole front of the house, paint it this color here, and get it all done. And then I'm going to build another porch, temporary, that will slide. It'll straddle over the the steps here, but it'll slide right up to the front door on skids. So I can slide it out and push it back. And then I can use the step right there and the step up on the porch. And I will probably have like a 10 feet wide or something like that, 5 feet each way to the center of the door. That it should be plenty to get by with. And then later on, the plan is to build this back out again, but I'm going to build a foyer on here on the front of the house coming out and get rid of that door and put a door on both sides of the foyer. One go out that way and one to go out this way. That's going to solve a lot of problems. Number one, during the winter, when you have that cold north wind coming from here, when you open this door, you got a rush of cold air comes right in the front door. I don't want that. And even during the summer, it's hot. You open it up and directly into the house, you got hot air that rushes in there. So by putting the foyer here and have the door facing to the west, right here, you don't have to worry about that cold north wind anymore. When you're in the house, it should be a lot better during the winter. But I want to wrap around porch on this side of the house, come around, and tie into this area here, maybe go up a little bit, and then around the extension that I put on the front of the house, go around the other way. It should look pretty good when I'm done. And then on the other side of the house, it'll have a wraparound porch around there too. It's going to look really snazzy. But right now, my mission is, I'm just out here updating on stuff that I got to do or where I'm at with things. I've had a big old red wasp nest underneath here. I took it down today. Underneath here, this morning I took a nest down, or this was yesterday. There's a yellow jacket nest right there. It's all killed off. I got that done. And this is really not going to be that hard of a deal here on taking the porch down. But I'm not completely out of the woods, like it said. I can't just go to taking it all down right now. But up at that peak right up there, I mean, if I could back my truck up there and go up there tonight, I could do that tonight when it's cool. But my bedtime is usually around 9 to 9:30. And that's kind of slippery up there. I don't know if I might try to go up there with bare feet. I don't know if that might work or not. But I could get up there with bare feet and traverse that up there. And I just got to get up to the peak and lay down. And I should be able to get that screwed down pretty easy. Because somewhere up there I have a leak. When it rains, I got a leak. It's leaking in my dining room. And most of the roof is, as old as it is, it's not, I mean, there's no big rips or anything in the metal, so it's got to be somewhere where something's loose, and the cap up there is definitely loose. So I figure if I go up there and tend to that, then after I'm done with that, I can take the porch down. I don't have any way to get up there on the porch once I take this down. Not easy. Not an easy way. This is kind of a flatter surface here, so it gives me something to stand on to get up to the other part. It gives me a little bit of room to put on my brakes instead of sliding off the roof too, you know? So with that, like I said, I just want to get up there and get that peak done up there. I don't know, I'll probably need about 10 screws up there, I guess, maybe something like that. And take the nails out where the nails were, put the screws in. And it's not that far up to the peak. It's just that when you get up there and you're sliding, you just wanting to slide off the whole roof. It's that slick. When it's cold up there, it may be a little bit different, okay? It's being cold up there right now. So I don't know, maybe I'll get up there and try to go on my bare feet. I don't think my bare feet would slide off of that metal. Now what's going on over here? All right. The last couple of weeks I was burning these leaf pile. So I just got that shovel a minute ago, and I was seeing how it all turned out. It's all ash from where I burnt that. It was sitting there smoldering for about 3 days after I burned it. So there's some good ash to mix in with some dirt to grow things in it. And so that's what I kind of do. I just burn piles of stuff, end up with the mulchy stuff, mix it together. I'm working real diligently on this area to get it all cleaned out, every of it. And I have to say, I'm doing a really good job. Week before last, this place was really messed up here, clear over to the car. I've been over here digging dirt and put it in my flower pots, trying to get everything kind of looking nice and neat and going through, throwing away trash, burning stuff. I'm doing everything I could possibly do to get my hands on this stuff here and just pulling it out. It's all trash. It's going to be burned up. This was really messed up all the way to the car. Like I said, it's all grown up. And I'm encroaching all the tall stuff. And I was over here weed eating yesterday. So it don't grow that fast overnight, of course. It takes a while. But as long as I can get here and start weed eating this stuff and reclaim all of this overgrowth area, then I'll be good to go. The key to this is trying to get rid of all the obstacles out of here, all the trash out of here, the bad stuff out of here, burn it, get rid of it, throw it away, sell it, and have a yard that I can mow. That is the objective here. I want to mow the yard. I just got to retiring a couple months back, and now I just want to live a peaceful life right now. And I have a significant other in my life, so I'm eager to meet up with her. So just a lot going on in my world right here, and I want you guys to be part of it. And I'm going to be doing a lot of these videos where I'm hands-on out here working. While I'm working, you can watch pretty much what it's going to be like. I'll have my mic on. If you can hear me, I have the mic on. I will have the mic on so you can hear me, hopefully. As time goes on here, of course, I want to better my equipment, my camera and mics and all that good stuff. And starting out doing this stuff, it's a little bit difficult at first unless you know what you're doing and done it before, and But here is, hello, welcome to the channel. If you want to like and subscribe, you're more than welcome to do that. I appreciate it. But my channel, I'm trying to reinvent the whole thing and do live stream videos of cleaning up the property. I've already done so much cleaning out here in the last 3 or 4 weeks. I've made a huge difference in this area here. And even in this area right here, I've just done, it blows my mind how much work I've done out here by myself, man. I don't have anybody else here who lives here, just me. I'm the only one working on the place. It got out of control. We got a lot of rain, and my mower quit working for a good period of time, and I wasn't able to mow anything. And as it grew up, of course, here it was with like a chicken in the wind, Let me just kind of show you something else that I've been wanting. This kind of stuff I have to do. Yeah, I love doing work outside. I love doing it. I love accomplishment. You see where this grass is growing right here? Okay, all this area right here was grass, but this grass was like 5 feet tall, 4 feet tall, clear up to the back of the truck where I'm standing here. And I had big, long branches that came off this tree that were laying in here. That's only like a couple weeks ago. This is the state I have it in right now. What I'm trying to do is get over here, have a clean sweep at this cactus here so I can remove all this cactus right here. This is one of the many projects I have to do. I want to get this out of the way so I can get that big RV and have it moved up along here. So I have to once I get that over here, then I'm going to start using this area here for the driveway to pull in over here. That's one of the plans I've been having. I just want a place that I can have a driveway, or when I get home, I can pull up here, and I'm at home, and I pull in my driveway. Okay? It's shady up underneath it over there where the trees are, so there's a good spot for me to pull up over there every day, park my vehicle or back it in and have my own driveway, right? This place didn't have a driveway when I came here. It basically had all yard around everywhere, and everything was growing up 10 times what it is right now. And this, I still never got all this here done. This is probably the cleanest I've had this since I've had the property over to here. But this has always been here since I've had the property, 4 years. Now, I'm going to try to get rid of it. And I have a good approach right now. I can get right up next to the cactus on the side. I can cut it down with the grubbing hoe, or cut it down with the sawzall, or use the grubbing hoe, and sometimes it'll just snap off. And that's what I got to try to do. I got to work my way around this and get the grass all around it done. And like over here, what I'm saying, get the grass done. Over here in this area, see how thick it is right here? Well, this area, I can reach in there and get some of that cactus in there, but I have to get the weeds out of the way too. And once I get the weeds out of the way, I'm up next to the cactus. It's so much easier to get in there to the rest of the cactus and clean it up. But see, when this is gone here, that RV will pull right up in here, where that door on this side would be pointing toward the house, but it would be about in front of where that red truck is, the front of it. So it's straight in and out in front of that garage there. That's the way I want to try to put it in here. And then behind it, I've got another RV across the highway over there. I need to bring it over here, and I'm going to put it right behind this one, pull it up right nose first behind it. And once I do that, the door on it will be facing this way too. So that would be kind of a little bit of privacy, more privacy from my neighbor up through here. To be like having a fence, privacy fence, Not that it's a big deal, but it just would be nice to have both RVs right here. And then eventually, I do want to build a fence over here next to her fence all the way down, more of a privacy fence. So I don't know when I'm going to do it, how I'm going to do it, but it's something I've been looking forward to do too. Just to beautify the property. That's more than anything what I want to do. I want to beautify my property. And I can't do it with all this stuff here. So this is one of the main things I want to get done. The porch, this courtyard over here, those are three major things that I really, really, really want to get knocked out of the ballpark here. And all the stuff that was over there and still over there, I'm cleaning up that whole area. The only thing I'm going to leave over there is the grill. I have a sliding, like a glider bench I'm going to put over there. Maybe a couple chairs, a little table, maybe a picnic bench. That's all that is over there. It's for entertainment and like cooking out or whatever. I want that to be exclusively made for that. So I don't want a bunch of junk in that area. Everything cleaned up. I want the side of the house painted. I want to paint the whole house, but this side would be remarkable with everything cleaned up on the ground, everything painted on the house, and put some lights around the tree all the way up. Those are some of the visions that I have, and a fence completely around this courtyard. So that's the kind of vision that I have for that, okay? And the only reason I haven't got a fence there now is because of going in and out of it and all that stuff, Then over here on this other side of the building over here between the garage and there, that whole area, I want to go through the whole thing, clean the whole thing up so I can go in between those two buildings. I don't want anything in the way. There's going to be one tree over here that I'm going to leave and one on the other side of the garage over there that I'm going to leave. Those trees that I leave are going to stay there. It gives me enough room to mow around them, weed eat around them, drive between the garage and the tree. That's what I'm looking for. I don't like trees right up next to my buildings. I've just never been a fan of that because it's hard to maintain. I want to be quick about what I'm doing. If that's grass all the way between these two buildings through there, and I got my riding lawnmower, I can whip around these trees and go up and down them as close as I can to the building. It saves a lot of time when you're out here trying to get the property all mowed. You see, the more you can mow and the less you have to weed eat, the better it is, in my opinion. Especially when you're getting older and you have all the responsibilities to do these things yourself. Kind of nice to have easy way to do your property and it look really good, you know? That's the way I see it. But it's a big piece of property, so it's a lot for one person to handle and get it in shape. Once you get it in shape, I think it's going to be easy for me, for real. But I like explaining the stuff that's going on around here so you guys can understand. You can give me a like. You can be a subscriber. Hit that bell. You can always come back when you hear I've got something new going or starting a new live stream or whatever. That's what I want you guys to be able to do, you know. But it won't be long. I'm serious. It won't be long. The only thing to be over here is that barrel right there, and this little barrel here, and the grill over there. Everything else in here is just about ready to be out of here. The only reason it's not, it really is because of the dirt that I still got to dig here. There's still high enough mounds here that I need to get them down, and I'm filling up my dirt or my flower pots. Over here, I got more flower pots. I've got flower pots on the table over there. I've got long flower pots. I think in the building here. I saw some other long ones out here somewhere. They might be on the other side of the house, but I have several flower pots and I want to fill them up because I want to start arranging them in certain places and so I can make stuff start looking beautiful around here. All right. Now I have actually these lids right here, 5-gallon bucket lids. I have been burning these things in that burn barrel over there, and they don't even burn black. And I'm like, yay. They don't even, you can't even tell I'm burning them things. Literally. So that's going to be, I'm only going to keep 2 or 3 lids that I can clean up real good and keep them. So any buckets around here that I want to put stuff in that I don't want them to get wet in them, then I'll have some extra lids I can throw on them. But everything else that's cracked or chipped or anything like that, all that stuff is going burning it, get rid of it. Okay? But I have been working around this stuff a little bit at a time. Today, I actually was over here and cut the weeds next to that, or just earlier, not just today, but literally 30 minutes ago, I came over and cut some of the weeds close to this. I had some tall ones back in here that I cut, laying that stuff on a pile, because all this stuff I'm going to burn, you know? And so it takes a little bit of time, but as I do it, I'm going to pick up the metal, I'm going to pick up the stuff that I cannot burn, and I have a place for stuff I can't burn that I'm putting certain places out front, but it's all getting picked up and cleaned up and nothing on the ground here. It's going to be gone, period. And then I'll be able to mow this and get it clean, and then it'll stay clean. The car will end up going out there in the driveway that I was telling about. But what I want to do with this car, ever since it's been parked right there, I had it across the highway, the starter went out, and I drove it over here, and then I ended up pushing it or pulling it right here where it is right now when I put it there. I pulled it in place, and I thought, okay, I need to put a new starter on it. I also wanted to change the intake, the valve cover gasket on it because it was leaking oil into the where the spark plugs were, and it was fouling up spark plugs. So I needed to get a new gasket on it. I have one brand new gasket still. The one that's on it is brand new, but I need to finish torquing the valve cover down. And then I need to order a windshield wiper reservoir. It's got a hole in it over there, like brittle, and it got a hole in it. When I was taking it apart, I noticed that. And then I got to get another starter put on it. And then after that, that thing should start right up. All right. And once you start it up, I want to be able to drive it right through here. Ever since I've had it there, I said I'm going to start it up and I'm going to drive it between the wood pile and this area here. But the problem is right here, I have more cactus up here. The same as I have to deal with the cactus up front, I have to deal with this. Then I'm going to drive that car right through here out of the backyard. I'm going to drive it under its own power. And then once I do that, this will all be mowed all the time through here. There won't be nothing around here in the way. These buckets will be gone. The mixer, the wheelbarrow, concrete wheelbarrow right there, all that stuff will have a place, guaranteed, but it ain't going to be right there. It might be right up next to the back of the garage, perhaps, maybe, I don't know. I may have to just build a platform for it to sit on over there, but I'm also planning on building me a gazebo out here around the middle over here. I want to try to get this tree here where it grows like it's going up fast, okay? But I want to make this to where it does grow. It makes this tree is permanent there, and I want to get rid of. I think I want to get rid of this mesquite tree here. The only reason I might want to hang on to the mesquite tree is so I can make mesquite jelly. But there's enough mesquite trees around here that you can get all the beans that you want to make the jelly. I've never made the jelly before, but I think it would be a pretty cool thing to do, you know. So, anyways, that's what I've got going out there. Now, over there I have a big burn pile. I started building up stuff to burn on top of the cactus because that is the most effective way I found to burn some of this, get the cactus out over here, is burn it all the way to the ground, and it works. It does work. But I've done it several times, and where I'm at right now, I can't even get over there except for going around the outside way. I mowed over there. But I used to have it mowed all the way up in here. And that's going to be happening too. That's something I got to keep working at. A week or two ago, I couldn't get through here. I had to mow a path through here. But I'm slowly reclaiming all this. Got to get this mower out of here. All this the wood down here, the metal that's laying down in there. I just got to keep moving it, keep mowing next to everything. I'll get it back in order like it was before. I'm getting close. I am. Getting really close to getting it back where it was. When it starts looking like this right here, and that only took me like 20 minutes to do that, you know, with as much as I got around here going on, that was a big accomplishment here. Because literally I couldn't get through here without thinking, oh, there could be a snake in there. Plus, I had a lawnmower sitting right up there where the weeds are right there, and I had to get that out of the way. I had a mesquite tree that I cut off a long time ago, another tree that rotted in the ground there. The stump finally rotted away. So it's coming along real good. I'm really proud of the way things are going in my favor. And that's what you're going to be seeing around here when I come back, or when I start doing these live stream videos. That's what it's going to be about. I'm going to set up my tripod. If nobody's here when I start the tripod, I'm just going to go to work. I might do a little narration and say, all right, everybody, welcome to the video, because even if you're not here, somebody's going to see the video when I post it. So I need to do it as though somebody's watching it when they first go to my site and watch it. And then if somebody comes in, I'll take a break. I'll just let y'all know that, hey, if anybody's watching the live stream, I'll be over there and I'll check that out. In about 10 minutes, I'll come over to the screen and watch and check it out. If you're here, I'll talk to you, you know? So, yeah, that's what it's all about. I have a lot of stuff here, and I'm really proud of the way I really am. I'm proud of myself, how much I've done around here in just in the last 3 weeks. And it hadn't been like pushing real hard. The temperature today was 102 or 103, somewhere around there. So I still get out here and I work, you know? And also, I've been trying to lose weight. So I went from 250 pounds already down to 200 and tonight I weighed in at 229 pounds. I am loving it, man. 229 pounds from 250 pounds. And I'm in what they call ketosis. You know, ketosis is, right? That's where your body starts burning the belly fat instead of burning the calories. You know, it actually feeds, it burns the fat like inside your stomach, that kind of fat. You just get to that point where you're eating right and everything's leveling out. Then your body starts eating the fat, burning that fat for energy. And I do. I feel great. Not Monday this week, but Monday last week. I have a good fiance. My fiance doesn't live around here right now, and probably won't for at least the next 3 years. But I'll probably be moving over where she is for sure. But right now I have the responsibility of this property that I'm trying to get it in shape and get a lot of stuff done. And because of the situation she's in over there where she's at, she can't just leave where she's at because it kind of the things in life that she's committed to right over there, then she can't leave at any given second, you know? She's bound to the place she's at, I should say, without going into a lot of detail, okay? So anyway, she's bound to that, and I'm here, and we care the world about each other. And so my responsibility is here to get this place whipped in order. There's a lot of things I want to get done that haven't been able to get done. And I'm looking out here right now and saying, wow, it's really not going to be that long before the whole front yard's empty. Going all the way over there is going to be empty. The cactus is going to be gone. This side over here is not that far from being completely to where I can have it emptied. I got stuff right here that I'm going to sell. Some of it's broken concrete and stuff. I haven't quite decided fully what I'm going to do with all that broken stuff. If I'm going to be let's say, building anything out of like if I'm going to be building, digging a foundation, if I'm going to be building a foundation out here, let's say to put a fence in, okay? Then in that foundation, like even underneath the house, I don't have a foundation. But if I dig a foundation underneath there, I could use bricks and stuff down the foundation. I could use stuff in there, the rocks, the broken brick, the broken concrete. I could reuse it. I could do that, really. So I haven't convinced myself yet that I'm going to throw all the rocks and broken bricks away when I might end up using them for building a sidewalk or something. I might need it for fuel, you know? So, but I want to make the best sense out of everything that I'm doing, okay? I've got so much around here to do, and proud today what I got done up here. I put that bucket over that vent on the top. I got up there yesterday on the roof and started sliding real bad. It was hot up there when I was up there, and I was up there and I said, ain't no way I can get over the peak up there and get over to this thing without sliding off the roof. I said, I ain't even gonna chance it. I'm 63 years old, man. You don't bounce back like you do when you're 18, 19, 20 years old. Your body don't heal up the way it used to. So I felt like it was a real gain for me to get down off the roof. Okay, but I'm going back up there in the morning. Going back up there because I have one job I know I can do. And I'm just going to go up there to the very peak of the roof up there. Going to go straight up there, go to the peak. I'm going to take my drill and some screws. I'm going up there and I'm going to screw that cap back on that's way up there. Because when I was up there, I have known for a while that I have a leak in the dining room in there when it rains. And it just started this year. at points. I've just noticed it this year. It was like one day I came back and after springtime and I looked in there. I said, "Man, I got a leak right there. I didn't even know it." Well, when I was up there today, I looked at this up here from down here before, and I could see the cap a little bit loose. But when I was up there today, it's more than loose. I've got some nails that are that far up out of the roof up there. So that definitely has to be taken care of. When I'm done with that, and I get that cap the way I want it, then I'm going to go ahead and start taking the porch down over here. So I go ahead and go full speed on taking the porch down. Because once this is down, I can't get up on the roof. So I was going to take it down after I got the vent covered up or the pipe covered up and do the peak, but I couldn't do that yesterday when I got up there. So I did the cap, I filled the cap or covered that cap using that long pole there, taping the bucket. It's like a half bucket. I taped that half bucket on the bottom side of it to where it would hold it. And I just got up on a ladder and reached up there like in a carnival and capped it off like that. It was a little bit tricky because you had to get it level to go down on top of it. So I did it, though. I did it. It's up there. No rain is going to go down in there, and it's actually pretty stuck on there, too, the way it is. I used that pole to beat it down on there. It's got like a little, I don't know, like a bolt sticking out of it, the side of that pipe, maybe for one of them flutes in it or something. So that's sticking out the side. So when I put the bucket on there, that was actually stopping the bucket from going down all the way. And I finally got it in a way that I could get it past it when I straightened it out. And I got it on there. So that was done. And so tomorrow I'll go up there in the morning and I'll climb up on that roof and I'll get that cap screwed on there real good. And after I do that, then I can start, going over here. I'll back my truck up over here. I'll get up there, start taking all the metal off there, take the flashing off against the house up there. All that stuff I can get up there and do, okay? And I'll just bring my truck over here, back up, and take the metal off of it. Then it's got a layer of shingles on it, and then underneath that, have you ever heard of shaker shingles, the wood shingles? That's what it has underneath of there. So what I'm going to do is I'll set my tripod out here, like this, out here somewhere, and I'll put it up there so you can get an idea what I'm doing up there when I'm working, okay? And I may have to figure out a way to do it so that you don't have direct sunlight on my phone. That's the only drawback. I don't know how completely I'm going to do that, but I just want to get some of this where I'm up there on the roof working and trying to get this stuff done. And the peak up there, what I was talking about, I have to go way up there on the peak. From down here, it looks easy. But when you get up there and the steepness of that roof and the slickness of it, believe me, folks, it ain't easy. So when I do get up there, it should be pretty straightforward. I'd like to be able to get it. I think I'm going to try this too. I think I'm going to take a blanket over there that I have, take it up there and lay it down flat.